Washington is still reeling over a shocking security lapse here this week.
Breached Washington's no-fly zone demand at a gyrocopter.
Who else could?
What if this happens again with a pilot who's out? Now, bad guys know there is a gap in the airspace.
Another stunning reminder that despite billions spent on homeland security after 9/11, the creative and simple can still beat the country's most complex defenses.
We need to be worried not about whether or not somebody can fly into D.C. We need to be worried about the piles of money that are going into Congress.
Developing tonight, the investigation into the man who killed himself outside the U.S. Capitol.
Witnesses say he was carrying a sign.
But he had a sign, and the sign said something about taxing the 1%.
The violence shattered a beautiful spring day and threw the Capitol into a nearly 3-hour lockdown.
The media reports the incidents as if they're apolitical, they're lone madmen, there's no message there.
Critics say, what if he'd been a terrorist with guns or bombs?
There are these two incidents within a few days of a man knowingly risking losing his job and career.
I have thought about being 75 years old and watching the collapse of this country and thinking that I had an idea that might have arrested the fall.
He had 535 messages to deliver to every representative and senator to get the money out of politics.
So you have 1920s technology that's pointing out flaws in a $100 million air defense system. It's a federal employee committing a felony to point out the flaws in the system.
These were strategic demands for solutions. This wasn't blind, inarticulate rage. This wasn't crashing an airplane into the IRS.
I'm delivering the message right to them, not for their sake, but for the impact.
We saw the reaction in Tunisia when a man burned himself. We saw the reaction to similar incidents in Vietnam, in the United States back in the day. But we aren't told.
I'm trying to galvanize millions of people to do a relatively simple thing. Change the government to build a wall of separation between the government and big money so that government will represent the people.
This was demanding change that is quite popular. And it strikes me that those two individuals are representative of thousands more, that there's a potential out there for passionate mass action around these radical, serious demands.